It's the 2025 Beth Baker Classic Championship game. The Wheaton Thunder out of the CCIW battle the Simpson Storm out of the ARC. Before we preview the teams, we'll send it down to the floor for the national anthem and the reading of the starting lineups.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the championship game of the 2025 Beth Baker Classic. This afternoon's championship game features the Storm of Simpson College and your Wheaton College Thunder. Here are the starting lineups. First for the Simpson College Storm. Number 10, a 5'6" senior from Greenfield, Iowa, Maddox DeVault. Number 12, a 5'6" sophomore from Kenny, Iowa, Carson Jacks. Number 24, a 5'11" junior from Preston, Iowa, Doran Pop. A 5'11" sophomore from Olathe, Kansas, number 42, Ella Anderson. And a 5'11" sophomore from Omaha, Nebraska, number 44, Taylor Hansen. Simpson is coached by Brian Neiman. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 4, a 5'9" freshman from East Lansing, Michigan, Lydia Brogan. A 5'7" junior from Castaic, California, number 13, Lily Cadeau. Number 21, a 5'7" freshman from McKinney, Texas, Chloe Casca. Number 24, a 5'10" senior from Falls Church, Virginia, Kate Oliver. And number 32, a 5'11" junior from Peatone, Illinois, Jenna Hunter. The Thunder is coached by Kent Madsen, assisted by Joanna Gutkowski and Tori Henning. Our officials this afternoon, Alicia Shiver, Kevin St. John, and Greg Slater.
Kevin St. John.
Alongside the X Factor, Xavier Jones, I'm Aiden Kong. And Xavier, what are you looking forward to in tonight's championship match?
Yeah, basketball is back. November basketball, both these teams trying to settle in, build chemistry, run their systems. There's two really good teams on the floor right now, but we'll see who can take care of the ball and generate turnovers and who's going to win the rebound game. That's going to tell us a lot about where this game is going to swing tonight.
Kate Oliver, Doran Pop in the center. Let's roll from King Arena. Thunder dismantle Lake Forest, 65-45 Lake Forest. Losers in that game. Meanwhile, Simpson took care of Alma. That was actually their first game of the season. Wheaton has played in 3 games. Make it 4th if you want to count tonight. Hunter, ball on the ground, and it is still loose. Brogan fighting for it. It's going to be an early jump ball, and Lake Forest is going to have possession.
Lake Forest coming out in a bit of a matchup zone. It's going to be something that Wheaton has to take care of. They've got to move a lot and be ready to shoot on the perimeter and make Simpson pay.
As we said, Simpson coming into this game, defeating Alma 73-70. Where they're led by as many as 15 against Alma. A quick 3, and it's buried by Maddox DeVault.
And Maddox DeVault came out, scored 22 yesterday. She leads the team. She is their shooter and their offensive weapon. Wheaton's got to stay close to her.
That's also a career high for DeVault. Primarily played off the bench in her first 3 years, making her first 2 career starts in this tournament. Brogan near the high post. Outside, Casca for 3. Clings out. There's the rebound gathered in by Pop.
Wheaton's going to have to get the ball to the high post. They did it on that last possession and got a good 3 look out of it.
DeVault, wide open yet again. It's Pop. Misses though. Freshman Brogan gets the rebound. Wheaton, with yesterday's result, they are 2-1. This is their second tournament that they've played in this season. They were in the Viking Lizards tip-off tourney at John Carroll, and it looks like Brogan stepped out of bounds while she was trying to crowd that pass.
Yeah, this matchup 3-2 is kind of giving Wheaton a bit of problems there. With the high post, that's where you want it so you can kick it back out. Just an inerrant pass. That's another empty possession for Wheaton's offense.
And Xavier, what makes a 2-3 zone such a hard defense to digest?
Well, it's really hard because you can't just run the pick and roll game and space people out, as there's a beautiful pick and roll there, dumped down in the score. But it just makes it tough to swing the ball.
That was Doran Pop on the last possession. Jenna Hunter, it went off her hands. A turnover for Wheaton.
That's exactly what Simpson wants to do. They want to press. They want to get up and make inerrant passes, make tough decisions that are really, really fast. That's why they press, even though Wheaton was able to break it. But Wheaton's got to be able to break that press and, again, make Simpson pay for their aggressiveness.
And Simpson did this a whole lot yesterday against Alma. Didn't really see that much of a zone in play against the Scots. Quick shot yet again for Anderson, and she can't hit.
Another good look, but good defense there from Jenna Hunter.
Koska, the pass to her, and it looks like it will stay on this end Wheaton possession still. For Wheaton, they took care of Lebanon Valley on November 7th. So last Friday, and then they lost to John Carroll. Here's a takeaway for Simpson. And can't finish is Carson Jack. She gets her own rebound. Pop, muscles, blocked by Kate Oliver.
Wheaton lucky that Simpson didn't get 2 points right there. Inerrant pass on the baseline out of bounds, but just couldn't finish.
Wheaton averaging the fewest turnovers in the CCIW, about 14 per game, albeit through 3 games.
Turnovers is going to be something so key in this game, especially early on in November. It's really hard to replicate game reps throughout the summer, throughout the fall, in the open gyms, and just in practice. Got to be able to take care of the basketball.
2 on the shot clock for Kate Oliver. Just puts up the shot, misses everything. Could have been a shot clock violation, didn't touch the rim. DeVault, fast break, banks it home. 7-0 run for Simpson to start things out. The Storm, they have come to play.
Yeah, Simpson getting out in transition, off of the turnovers, off of bad shots, just running the floor. Maddox DeVault got out as soon as that shot went up. They secured the rebound, and Wheaton's going to have to find a way to slow this game down. They've got to be able to break the press and get great shots, but also when their shots don't go in, which is what they've been struggling with over the first few minutes here in this game, they've got to get back and cannot allow Simpson to get open transition buckets.
Let's first start off with the Simpson Storm. Coach Nemeth, 39th season with Simpson, almost his 40th year, 695 wins. He is 5 wins away from getting to 700 overall wins. And he would be the 12th Division III head coach if he can accomplish that.
Yeah, anytime you see a tenured coach like that, especially at one specific institution, one program, you know he's doing something right. Coach Nemeth has obviously been able to win a lot of games. His style of basketball is something that is really hard to replicate. It's hard to game plan against, and so that's what's kind of made him so successful. Really cool to kind of have a bit of a D3 coaching legend here in King Arena today.
7th most wins among active Division III head coaches. His first season was in the 1987-88 season. He's won 13 conference championships, as the American River Conference was called something else before it was the ARC. Cato settles for a mid-range jumper, pounces out.
Even though that shot missed, that's a really good possession from Wheaton. They get the ball to the high post. Lily Cato's able to get a paint touch on that floater. They've just got to get some of those shots to drop and continue to move the ball like that.
Hanson, it's back to Carson Jacks. She's guarded by Cato. So far, Simpson is 3 of 7 from the field. DeVault reaches the cylinder.
Beautiful drive, working on the freshman right there. That's not really fair, but no help side defense on that drive.
as Carson Jacks has the first 7 of the 9 points for Simpson. For Coach DeVault has taken his team to the NCAA tournament 12 times in his tenure. A 3 by Koska, but she leaves it short.
Koska is 9 for 19 coming into this game. She leads in threes, so they're looking for her to kind of knock something down, but we've seen a lot of perimeter shots from Wheaton's offense. They got to try to get to the cup, see if they can get some driving lanes, get some easy dump-offs, and try to take the lid off the rim here early.
Morgan Christensen's it triggered for Simpson. Street misses everything. So far, Wheaton is 0 of 3. They have turned it over 4 times. They try to go for an entry pass to Cato. That's the 5th turnover for the Thunder.
Yeah, and Simpson's ball pressure and their defensive intensity has been on 10 so far throughout the entirety of this first half of the first quarter. And they've been able to reap the fruit of that as Wheaton still hasn't gotten any points on the board.
Simpson forced 21 turnovers against Alma. Another injury pass and another finish.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been a travel there initially, but the quick ball swing from the elbow to the slot and then just some miscommunication and an easy bucket for Simpson underneath the rim.
That was Ella Anderson who finished for Simpson. 14 points, 5 rebounds, and assists against Alma last night. Oliver still looking for their first field goal. Wheaton is now 0 of 5.
Wheaton's got to get back and stop the ball.
A wide open 3 for Street, too strong. But this was a Simpson team that forced 19 takeaways per game. 3rd out of the ARC, 105th in all of Division III. Street finds Anderson. The connection for Simpson. They're up 13-0.
I mean, that is a beautiful play. Street pushing the ball, understand that she can't quite get to the rim. Surveys the scene and then finds Anderson for the left-handed finish.
Wheaton turned it over 15 times against Lake Forest last night, but they forced 30 takeaways. Forster's team that's not the best when it comes to taking care of the ball. Rogan, they were, I think, trying to go for Trumbach or Lord Ham in the corner. Now fight for the ball. Rogan for 3. And finally hits the triple. Wheaton's first points.
Finally, some chaos down here on the right end of the floor. They're able to get it out and get a score.
DeVault could not finish, and Ella Anderson has it just taken away by Petra Trumbach. Brogan thought about the 3, slices forward, puts up the shot, misses. Cato gets the offensive rebound, but she stepped out of bounds.
Amazing play there from Petra Trumbach on that last Wheaton defensive possession. Able to get a shot out of it. Wheaton starting to try to find their footing here, especially on the defensive end. If they can get back and make Simpson play in the half court, good things are going to happen just like it did there.
Trumbach so big on the offensive glass, had 7 rebounds. Oliver, and she's fouled.
It's the first time that we've called Kate Oliver's name. She's the leading scorer and leading rebounder for this Wheaton team. She's got to have a great day, but just pushing the break and drawing a foul, getting to the foul line.
Last year for Kate Oliver, second team all CCIW, averaged 15 points, which led the team. That was also going to be 4th in the CCIW. 75% from the free throw line, 8th in the conference, shot 54% on true shooting. As she knocks down the second free throw.
Yeah, she had a phenomenal season last season. She's looking to continue that. And as the senior, as the leader, she's got to inspire her troops right now so they can crawl back into this game.
She did not start against Lebanon Valley as well as 14th ranked John Carroll. She came off the bench, was a very good spark plug, has started in her last 2 games, including this one. Mason Gaskill able to put it up and in. Technically, it's Ella Anderson who gets the bucket.
Talked about rebounds at the top of the broadcast. Boxing out gets you those rebounds. Wheaton didn't do a great enough job of it there.
Trumbach could not put that one in. Entry pass, Anderson finds daylight. and bangs it home.
Ella Anderson has been a problem so far. Even though Wheaton was fronting the post, beautiful pass to get it inside. And then great positioning and a great finish.
Lauren Ham taking advantage a bit of that press. Defense was not ready for her.
And that's what Wheaton has to do. If Simpson wants to press, they've got to get quick shots in transition. Once they pass the half court, Lauren Ham was able to do a great job of that.
Gaskill down the baseline. She was fouled by Wheaton.
Driving baseline, a little push, a little trip. Who knows? Simpson making a substitution.
I think they're going to call the foul against the freshman Lydia Brogan. Nobody expecting that pass. Does not cross the timeline though. Upstairs, and another finish. That's DeVault.
Yeah, if there's anybody on the floor that Wheaton has to stay next to, it's Maddox DeVault. She makes Wheaton pay again.
And Simpson able to save that pass. They get themselves another takeaway.
Great hustle.
For Maddox DeVault, that should be 9 points for her. As we said, leading scorer against Alma with 22 points on 60% true shooting. Last year only averaged about 7 points off the bench. There's Taylor Hansen, leaves it short.
Yeah, good driving lane. Just couldn't finish it with the left.
For Warda to Lauren Ham, and it's taken away by DeVault.
It's another unforced turnover on an errant pass. Lauren Ham didn't even have her head around, just some miscommunication from those two.
Off the zoom action going Carson Jacks. She'll put it on the ground as well. That's only the second turnover for Simpson.
Yeah, Simpson, but they haven't been under a lot of pressure. Not a lot of ball pressure. They've been out in transition, 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. They haven't really had any opportunities to turn the ball over.
Simpson still in this 2-3 zone. They've deployed for most of this first quarter. Lauren Ham spins out. Simpson, they can hold for the last shot. They are up by 12. They've had a good first quarter so far, shooting 9 of 17 and forcing 7 takeaways. Ball out of bounds. They're trying to go for DeVault. Stays with the Storm.
It's going to stay here. 9 seconds left on this clock. Can get to whatever set you like. Wheaton's got to close out on shooters and box out, not give any second chance opportunities up.
7 to shoot for DeVault. Nearly from the top of the key. Pop trying to set the screen. Are they going to get a travel? They will.
Really good defense from Caddo and from Brogan. Brogan was initially guarding DeVault, but on the flat screen, they switched. Caddo was able to pick her up.
From box
to travel.
Does not get the shot off in time. 19-7 in a rather fast-paced first quarter, which contradicts the rest of the Beth Baker Classic. Xavier, what do you like so far from the Storm?
Yeah, from the Storm, they've been getting out in transition, right? Their brand of basketball is to speed up the other team when they're playing defense, cause turnovers, inerrant passes so that they can get out into transition. They're shooting really, really well right now, 50%, 9 for 18 from the field, but a lot of those have been transition layups, and also even some of their misses have been layups that just couldn't get it into the rim. So they've been playing really well. Their defensive intensity is really high, and that's paying dividends on the offensive end.
And specifically for the Wheat Thunder, what can they do to get back in this ballgame?
Well, they've got to, one, be better in transition defense. Simpson is beating them down the floor. Nobody's picking the ball handler up until below the three-point line. That's really bad business if you're talking transition defense. And also, they've got to be able to get into the paint, right? They've got to get paint touches. They've got to get to the rim a little bit more so that the defense can condense with that 3-2 zone, and then they can start kicking it out. And then once that happens, they've got to be able to shoot the three really, really, really well and see if they can try to shoot Simpson out of this 3-2 zone that they've been playing that's been working so effectively.
Now, if you know me, I'm not really the biggest fan of advanced stat. The only one I like is true shooting percentage. If you look at points in the paint, Simpson has 16 points in the paint compared to Wheaton has none. That is probably the most shocking thing that I've read in this first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Wheaton's got to find a way to get to the paint.
Florida being harassed by DeVault.
Good.
Wheaton, they shot 2 of 10 from the first quarter. Hunter twirling. Jenna Hunter puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Trumbach the offensive rebound.
Petra Trumbach has been hustling. That's why she's on the floor. She's got a few steals. Just picked up an offensive rebound for her squad there.
5 offensive rebounds against Lake Forest. Kate Oliver splashes a mid-range jumper.
And that's why rebounding is so important. You create extra possessions for yourself on the offensive end. 2 points that they wouldn't have had they not crashed the offensive glass right there.
Meanwhile, Lake Forest, they were 9 of 18 in that first quarter. As we said, 8 takeaways as well. Inside pass, that was for Reagan Grimsey, and a fight for it, and a jump ball. Should be Wheaton possession. Actually, correction, it's going to be Simpson ball.
Good hustle play. They got 4 seconds here on the shot clock. They got to get one up quick. Wheaton cannot foul on a closeout.
But they do foul Reagan Grimsey, and she's going to go to the line.
Yeah, that's really tough. They run the up screen but don't switch. And then Petra Trumbach, who was on the out-of-bounds player, steps back, but she's not there in time. And they're going to the line to shoot too.
Grimsey last year played in 11 games, averaged a point and a rebound. And then 2 seasons ago, played in 13 games, came up with 4 blocks against the Alma Scots, which is a career high for her. Misses the second free throw. Simpson has the offensive rebound with Street, as the Storm will earn themselves another possession.
That's a tough look. But Wheaton's got to be better on the defensive glass. Can't allow those types of rebounds to happen.
DeVault off the mark.
Yeah, this matchup zone is really hard because to a degree they are playing man, but you can't use the screen game to try to get players open because they just switch it and they're playing zones on top of it.
As Reagan Grimsey puts that one back in for Simpson. Technically her first field goal of this game.
Might I add that Reagan Grimsley is one of the only people that is not from Iowa on this roster. A lot of Iowans for Simpson.
Grimsley picked up by Kate Oliver. A 22-9 lead as DeVault hits the bottom of the rim, and more specifically the bottom of the backboard.
That was good late help from the right side, but Max DeVault driving with her left hand. There's no help there. Had the help not came from the front side.
As there's Kate Oliver splashing her second mid-range jumper. 6 points for her. Leading score against Lake Forest. There's an and one opportunity for the Storm.
And that's one of many times so far here early where Wheaton has miscommunicated on the pick and roll. They hit the slipper off of the pick and roll. And that time, Ella Anderson able to finish once again around the basket. She's been a force that Wheaton hasn't been able to stop so far here today.
Sophomore out of Kansas misses the second free throw. An all-art honorable mention alongside Ellie Street, as Simpson lost 2 all-art selections, and Molly Luther and Haley Rasmussen. Luther, who averaged 18 points last year, second in the arc, 53rd in all of Division III, and then Rasmussen, 52% from downtown. As the Storm so effective from beyond the arc. We'll get to that in a little bit. Cato for 3, leaves it short. Trumbach fighting for that offensive rebound. That one hot off of Koska. Here's Kate Oliver for 3. Hunter has the rebound. She tries to put it back in, but cannot.
A lot of shots hitting off of the front of the rim. Wheaton on target, just no legs underneath them.
And Ella Anderson is rewarded in the paint.
Another transition bucket for the Storm.
She is the leading scorer on this team, now at 12 points and 2 boards. 14 points the last time out as Cato turns it over. Morgan Christensen on the ensuing possession. Hansen, guarded by Hunter.
Really good defense, preventing the baseline drive.
Christensen, call for a walk.
Wheaton trying to crawl their way back into this. I feel like outside of the transition game, Wheaton has been able to play some really good defense on Simpson, but they just haven't been able to stop turning it over, as there's another one there for Wheaton.
But Simpson last year, they averaged 78 points per game. First out of the ARC, 13th in all of Division III. We talked about the takeaways. They also shot 40% from downtown as a team. That was first out of the arc and also led all of Division III. It was the second time that they led Division III in three-point shots. And you don't have to go that far to see that they led Division III in three-point shooting as they did in 2022 as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to guard teams that shoot really well from the three. As the game continues to progress, three-point shooting is something that is so important, especially even when you look at the NCAA tournament every single year. Usually the teams that get the upsets, usually the teams that have the runs to the Final Fours, to the Elite Eights, and to the national championships, and it ultimately winning, they shoot from the three-point line exceptionally well. Simpson's been able to do that. Got to see if Wheaton can find some consistency from the three-point line here too. But as we look into 6 minutes left, Wheaton has to take care of the basketball. They've turned the ball over 9 times already. That is not a recipe for success if you want to score and win and get back on transition defense. So a lot to talk about in terms of turnovers, but Simpson right now doing a really good job of playing into their style of play that they want.
And touching back onto that three-point shooting, the player that Simpson lost last year, Haley Rasmussen, she shot 52% from three. That was first out of the arc, also led Division III, just from an individual standpoint. She joins Jenna Taylor and Amy Hamilton, 2019 and 2009 respectively for those players, to lead Division III in 3 points percentage.
That is ridiculous. Even to shoot 40% is really hard to do, let alone 52.
Seven on the shot clock. Christian puts up the shot, misses everything.
And that defensive possession, Wheaton didn't allow any drives to the lane. They were able to keep it outside the three-point line.
As Trumbach,
another turnover.
Yeah, Trumbach gave that one away. And Cato has her own steal.
Simpson looked like they had numbers, but defense for Wheaton rotating really well. They dodged a bullet. Not even a shot attempt put up by the Storm.
Lily Cato had a career-high 6 steals against Lake Forest last night. Oliver hounded in the high post. Another mid-range jumper pounces off the back.
That's her shot. She wants to shoot in the mid-range, but she got pushed out a little bit after she faced up. And that's a much tougher shot than just putting it straight up.
Doran Pop, count the bucket. She's going to the line. A chance at a three-point play.
And there's just a free rush drive with no help. Look, the help is late from Kostka. Her back was turned on the drive, and just a strong move. And Wheaton's been giving up way too many of those straight line drives to the lane. It's problematic, especially when the help side is nowhere to be found.
Junior out of Creston, Iowa, last year averaged 5 points, 3 rebounds, and no assists. Did not start all of last season, but getting her first opportunities to start this year. A messy play, and it looks like Christian comes up with the turnover. A 3 on the way, that's Gaskill. Too much sauce. And it looks like immediate contact, and we got a foul. Gaskill colliding with Lydia Brogan.
Gaskill just trying to cut her off, but she didn't get her feet set quite well enough in order to maybe draw a charge. But Brogan with some great hustle to track that rebound down and draw the foul.
Simpson's first team foul of the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Berwarda finds Cato. Oliver wide open for three. Too strong.
Look at Simpson running the floor.
And another put-up shot by DeVault. And she's going to be rewarded with free throws.
I mean, as soon as that shot's up and they secure that rebound, the guards around the top of the key are shooting out like cannons. And that's really, really hard to guard. As she goes back to the stripe.
DeVault playing in her 69th game. As we said before, making her second career start, played off the bench her freshman, sophomore, and junior year. 6 both free throws. Last year shot 85% from the charity stripe. Simpson 4 of 9 from the field in the second quarter. Wheaton is 2 of 8. Under 4 minutes to play. Cato for three. Won't go. Rebound by Berwarda. Specifically Koska. Koska will try for three. Boom goes the dynamite.
And those are the type of shots that you have to make when you're playing against the zone. Wheaton 1 for 8 right now from the three-point line. They've got to figure out a way to ramp that up to try to make Simpson pay for playing the zone.
DeVault takes advantage of her defender going under the screen.
Yeah, screen coverage is getting more and more complicated. There's different ways to guard.
A scuffle at the ball. We should have a jump ball.
And that's what the press does. I mean, it looked like Wheaton was set on a 2-on-1 to just get an easy layup, whether it was Cato attacking or dumping it down. But the pass was errant. She's going really, really fast, trying to make a quick decision because she feels the guards from Simpson behind her, and no points allotted. And now they have to play against a defense that's back and set up, all accounted for. Unsure what the holdup is.
I'm not too sure either. I wonder if it's to determine how much time to put on the clock.
Looks like they're changing it to, maybe it was a jump ball to see who had the ball last. There's some delegation over at the scorer's table.
It looks like now one of the referees are going to the tablet to review. Although I am too not sure what exactly they're trying to review. I think it has to do with the clock. Okay, they're going to put 21 seconds on the shot clock.
That makes sense.
They're trying to go for Paige Berwarda as Ellie Street taps it out of bounds. We're going to have to do this again.
Yeah, even on the baseline out of bounds, Simpson running almost like a 1 high and 4 low, and they're matching up, and just another errant pass because of that defensive setup.
Carson Jack, she had a little bit of separation right there. Street using the screen. Ellie Street. .245 to play. Simpson leading by nearly 20 points. DeVault trying to get inside, and another jump ball as Simpson should retain possession.
It's a decent defensive possession from the wing. Simpson's been getting a lot of just drives, easy drives down to the block. Wheaton's got to show a little bit more. They can't leave their shooters in the corners. they've got to be able to help out on some of these drives like this one right here.
Jacks back outside to DeVault for three. It won't go. Another offensive rebound for Simpson.
Wheaton had the defensive rebounding positioning, just couldn't corral it, and there's another three ball because of that offensive rebound.
That's Carson Jacks. Her first field goal of the ball game, has 5 rebounds to go along with her performance. 22-point lead, which is the largest lead for Simpson. Oliver back outside, another tray, and this time it's no good. That was Paige for Werda. As she puts that one back in. Koska on the three-point attempt for Werda with the finish.
Wheaton's got to get more of that.
Ella Anderson cleaning the rack inside.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you front the post. You've got to have help side on the backside for that lob pass. Kate Oliver got caught sleeping on the backside, not seeing ball and man.
Brogan, contact. She's fouled by Ella Anderson.
Haven't seen that too much today. Just a straight line drive, getting to the rim. Not able to get over in time, some very clear contact on the way up. But if Wheaton wants to get back into this game, they've got to be able to get to the rack and get layups.
Lydia Brogan the last time out, 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. The freshman of East Lansing, Michigan, who also played women's soccer and volleyball in high school. A second-team All-CMAC selection in basketball. A pretty impressive high school career. Can't make the most of her free throw opportunities as Wheaton still trails by 22. So far, Simpson 7 of 15, almost a giveaway by the Storm. Duckman for 3, off the mark. Oliver, they're going to call a foul against the Storm. I think they're going to get Duckman on the call.
Like maybe just a reach-in foul or a light grab.
So they're going to call the foul against Christian, not Duckman. And once again, another turnover. Under a minute to play, the Storm up by 22. They've had an impressive first half as they have forced 14 turnovers. Cato comes away with the steal. Cato on the fast break. Won't get the roll to go, and it looks like she stepped out of bounds along with it.
And that's been kind of the story of this game so far for Wheaton offensively. They've struggled with passing the ball, throwing the ball away, giving the ball to Simpson, but when they've had opportunities, they just haven't been able to put the ball in the cup.
Under a minute to go, Duckman gets 2 screens. Christian, floater, won't go. Fighting for the offensive rebound with Brogan. Wheaton comes away with it. They can hope for the last shot. For Werda to Cato. She's wide open for 3. Off the back iron. As the Storm will have the ball with 14.5 seconds to go before we enter intermission.
And here comes Maddox DeVault coming back into the game. They're probably going to hold this for one shot, put the ball in her hands, and let her attack and create.
Ella Anderson, the leading scorer with 14 points.
There's the flat screen.
DeVault, 3 to shoot. Can't get it to go. As Wheaton down 38-16. Xavier, your original thoughts headed into halftime.
Simpson is doing exactly what they want to do, creating turnovers and creating points off of those turnovers. Wheaton has to do a better job of getting back in transition and not turning the ball over and getting to the rack a little bit more instead of settling for outside shots.
We'll bring you the start of the second half after these messages and a word from the CCIW Network.
I'm Terrence Campbell, and I have the privilege of serving as the Director of Graduate Admissions here at Wheaton College. Now, we get it. For adult learners, juggling work, family, and church commitments while trying to answer the deeper call is no small feat. That's precisely why we've tailored many of our programs to seamlessly integrate into your life, enabling you to focus your talents to make a difference in a world that needs it. You'll hear directly from some of our students sharing their own experiences of how they have successfully managed to weave graduate studies into their own busy lives.
I have 3 kiddos, and so I also work full-time, so it's been really awesome to be able to learn and to be able to take in all this information and put it into practice, like in my current job, in my current position in ministry, while learning at the same time and working towards my degree. There would be no way that I would be able to come to all the in-person classes as much as I love being on campus.
I had been involved in music for a long time, but have transitioned to do more and more ministry, and felt that I needed to kind of round out my education in that area. Obviously, the modality of the hybrid format was really appealing because I'm still working full-time. So to be able to go into an environment where I could continue working full-time but also study in the online format, but also have the on-campus experience from time to time was really attractive.
When I came back to this program, I'd been out of school for 34 years. That's pretty scary. The hybrid model, I do think was essential for me. As much as I love to come on campus and do campus classes, and I see a real advantage to that, that is not always possible with the other things that I have going on in my life.
There's 5 of us that actually are staying together in a house, an Airbnb, and that's been great because we're having dinner together and we're having breakfast together, and that element of learning together and then processing that out loud conversationally has been just fantastic.
In other classes, we still get to know each other through video calls and things like that, that I do feel like I have a special bond with these people. They're all across the country, so it's special to know that I have friends that are in different states that I can connect with and call upon and get their input on different stuff.
About 50 times since I've started the program, I've said to myself, why didn't I do this sooner? It's been enriching spiritually, it's been enriching personally, it's been challenging academically. It's required me to use some muscles I haven't used since a long time ago when I was in school. And it has just been such a rich experience that I've repeatedly said to myself, I can't believe I didn't do this sooner. Just jump in, just do it. I think you will find this investment in your professional development, your academic development, and most significantly, your spiritual development is totally worth it.
It is really rewarding to be able to invest into your education again. And so it's something that is worth it. It does take time, but it is time that's been really, really well spent for me, as well as I'm seeing it in my family, I'm seeing it in my current ministry. I'm learning stuff that I'm actually able to apply right now, which is really, really special.
If you are feeling called to this, if you're feeling led to this, do it. God will provide. The faculty here is willing to help. There will be a learning curve, but it's doable.
If you are embarking upon a new career path, a seasoned professional, or simply sharpening skills for your current ministry context, Wheaton College Graduate School is here for you. We have a variety of flexible learning options, from 100% online programs to hybrid formats that blend on-campus intensives with online coursework, not to mention modular courses that fit any schedule. Whether you're drawn to programs such as biblical and theological studies, evangelism, or leadership, our programs are built to align with the dynamic needs of our world. I encourage you to head over to our website, dive into the full array of programs we offer, and see how you can further your calling with us. May God bless you as you seek to discern next steps in your journey.
In the beginning, God created. He created them. As God's image bearers, we are offered a sacred opportunity to reflect God's attributes. Through His inspiration, we embark on a journey of discovery, learning how He has gifted us to imagine, experiment, and explore. We embrace the mystery of the yet to be and seek to bring the unknown to light. These acts of creativity reflect our Maker, and so we become His reflections. Author, sculptor, weaver, orchestrator, gardener, craftsman, designer. And yet, we ourselves are unfinished works, being developed, inspired, and supported. To lean into these creative endeavors, we must practice vulnerability, vision, discipline, and commitment. While art often emerges quickly, it takes a lifetime to achieve the works that God has for us. The creator's journey requires both collaboration and solitude, time for rough ideas and polished performances. Artists have a special calling to articulate God's glory for the world to experience and understand through a human lens. This is the sacred call that compels us to live for Christ and His kingdom. At Wheaton, you will find a Christ-centered community of artistic and academic excellence. It is a grace-filled campus that is designed to nurture your skills and scholarship to pursue His calling. Whether you're in the classroom, the art studio, on stage, in chapel, alone, or with close friends, you'll flourish at Wheaton College. Consider your artistic potential and how it could change the world. How has God called you to reflect His glory? Explore the arts at Wheaton and rise to your God-given potential.
Every corner of Wheaton College holds a story of growth. The Wheaton Fund is at the heart of these stories, transforming lives for Christ and His kingdom. The Wheaton Fund is more than just financial support. It is the financial lifeblood of Wheaton College, empowering every aspect of our mission. Your contributions to the Wheaton Fund ensure that the students, faculty, and staff have the resources they need to thrive and make an impact for Christ. Your contributions assist in supporting spiritual formation through chapel and small groups, providing financial aid through need-based and academic scholarships, enriching faculty with competitive salaries and development opportunities, enhancing career development through the Center for Vocation and Career, equipping athletics with essential resources, strengthening campus ministries with training, support staff, and mission opportunities, improving facilities to create a better learning environment, and enhancing academic services to support every student's education. By supporting the Wheaton Fund, you help shape the future of Wheaton College and its students. Join us in empowering the next generation of Wheaties to build the church and benefit society.
Going to a Christian college was important to me because I wanted that community of like-minded believers.
Being free to express my spiritual journey really helped me grow and foster a strong relationship with God.
Wheaton was willing to meet me where I was at in my faith journey. I was able to search for answers here, and they had answers to give me.
I thought coming to Wheaton that I would meet just a bunch of Christians who were like me. So when I got here, I was really surprised to find so many Christians from so many different walks of life who relate to God and worship in very different ways.
Being able to realize the uniqueness of my faith while still recognizing beauty in other people's has been the most impactful way that my studies have shaped my Christian faith.
My faith has been enriched in more ways than I could have imagined here at Wheaton. I will continue to serve Christ, whether it be overseas ministry or whether it be administration in a church. I'm excited to continue to walk through those doors.
I knew that I wanted to be a part of a community where I could grow in my faith with other people who have the same goals in mind as me. Wheaton will grow you spiritually and will give you community that really does want to walk alongside you. That's not just something that they throw on their taglines. Like, in my experience, that's something that's actually lived out here.
Welcome back to the start of the second half in the Beth Baker Classic. Simpson Storm, Wheaton Thunder alongside the X Factor, Xavier Jones. I'm Aiden Cog. Xavier, let's give a whole lot of credit to the Storm. They have played excellent basketball in this first half.
They sure have. They've forced a lot of turnovers. They forced a lot of really bad shots, and then in transition, they have been exceptional on the run. Great first half for them.
And for Wheaton, given that they are in this 22-point deficit, what can they do to get back into this ball game?
Yeah, well, they were 6 for 25 from the field. They just did not shoot the ball really well, and a lot of that had to do with shot selection. They weren't getting to the rack really, really well, effectively, really at all, which really hurt them, and then that forced them to shoot on the perimeter, some contested shots, some fadeaway twos that you don't really want to see. So they've got to start offensively getting better shots, breaking the press and taking care of the basketball. But also Simpson is only 2 for 7 from the three, which means out of those 38 points, 32 of them have been twos, and most of those have been in the paint. Wheaton has to slow down their drives. They've got to be able to help much, much better and then get out and transition on their own so they can try to turn this thing around. But Simpson has to be able to not slip on themselves as well. Wheaton has turned the ball over quite a lot, but Simpson got a little bit sloppy there towards the end of the second quarter. They've got to continue to be diligent with what they're doing.
I think two of the most shocking stats to note: Wheaton scored 16 points, had 15 turnovers. As Kate Oliver got blocked, there's no foul as we got ourselves yet another jump ball. It'll be Simpson possession. But then the other one, which is, again, my least favorite stat, points in the paint. Simpson has 26 points in the paint. Wheaton has 2.
Yeah, it's just too many, and obviously there's reasons to not like that, but there's some truth to it. And if you can get to the paint and get paint touches, good things are going to happen for you.
It's Carson Jacks who just flips the shot and in.
Yeah, multiple paint touches on that offensive possession for the Storm, and it pays off for them.
That's turnover number 16 for Wheaton. A Simpson team that forced 19 takeaways last year, third out of the arc.
Yeah, Wheaton has not done a great job, especially with their passes over top of Simpson's defenders. But all they have to do is pass fake and be much better with where they're putting their passes. Got to get it over these long defenders with their hands completely extended.
DeVault, Christensen, and Hansen all with 2 steals. Oliver being hounded by DeVault, 10 on the shot clock. As they were trying to go for Jenna Hunter, it's another steal for Simpson. DeVault into possession, leaves that one short. Another try and another finish for the Storm. That's Ella Anderson, 14 points in the first half, leading scorer for the Storm.
Yeah, Ella Anderson all around the rim. Offensively for Simpson in the first half, continuing to follow that up there as she was rim running on that last possession.
Career high 18 points, which came against Lawrence on December 21st, 2024. So she's technically 2 points shy of that mark if she can get it. Sophomore out of Kansas, an all-arc honorable mention in her freshman year. Oliver spinning, hits the mid-range jumper.
That was one of the first times where Simpson's offense really looked spread out. For the first time, Kate Oliver able to really use the ISO from the top of the key as there's a foul there on the baseline drive.
That should send Taylor Hansen to the free throw line.
It's a quick ball reversal. Kate Oliver just kind of trips over herself. Is not able to stay standing straight up. She kind of gets a little bit of a lean. Constitutes that foul, and not many fouls here today. But from the free throw line, these are easy shots to just continue to build up this lead for the Storm.
Simpson, a team that shot 75% from the free throw line last year. 4th out of the arc, 29th in all of Division III. Which shows how good the American Rivers Conference is at free throw shooting in general. But for Jansen, average about 5 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. 7 points against Alma in her first game of the season last night. Trumbach slithers with the southpaw, able to bang it in.
It's a great move. Trumbach on the scouting report is someone who is just a hustle player, not really an offensive threat. She makes a great play, pass faking to the corner to the 2 shooters, and then taking off down the ramp, down the slot, and getting to the rim.
I mean, she had 5 offensive rebounds last night against Lake Forest, combined for 7, which was a career high. As Raygun Grimsey hits a little mini. Simpson led it by as many as 26 points when they were up 44-18. Oliver in the dunker's corner. The putback no good by Koska.
Well, like Kate Oliver was trying to draw a foul. Didn't really go up with the intent to finish, but really intent to go to the foul line. And then Koska couldn't finish on the follow-up.
Simpson 19 of 42 from the field, 45%. Wheaton 8 of 28 at 28%. Oh, what a nice cut and the finish by Hansen.
Yeah, it's so tough to defend, especially when you think it's going to be a ball screen and they just slip it. It's a beautiful move and a beautiful finish.
Oliver, it's back to Trumbach. One more pass. Brogan wide open for 3. Leaves it short.
And that's a really good look. That's the look that you want. You're moving the ball. No contest on the 3, just can't get it to drop.
Hansen was not fouled. Brogan has the ball on the ensuing possession for Wheaton, then gets bumped from behind by Anderson. Hard contact as she spills to the floor.
Some Simpson fans really wanted a foul on the other end, and just on the jump stop, no numbers, trying to stop. She gets ran over right there. We've seen much of the same throughout this second half from both of these teams. Wheaton really struggling, and Simpson still kind of getting to what they want.
Brogan, it's Lauren Hand from the top of the key. Brogan picked up by Duckman now. Cato wide open for 3. Boom goes the dynamite.
We've said it plenty in this broadcast, but there's another paint touch. Getting it inside and then kicking it out. And finally, the Thunder and Lily Gatto find a 3-ball to try to cut back into this lead.
Third three-pointer of the day for Wheaton. Simpson only 2 of 7 from 3, but that has not been a problem whatsoever. And they're going to get a travel on Simpson. She's got ourselves a media timeout. 48-23 is a 25-point lead for the Storm. As we said, this is the Beth Baker Classic in honor of Coach Baker, the winningest head coach in Wheaton history with 434 wins, 248 CCIW wins, which is the second most wins in CCIW play for women's basketball, 6-time CCIW champ. She took her team to the NCAA tournament 7 times, including a Sweet 16 appearance in the 2005-06 season. And I think the best part is that she was just inducted into the IBCA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's really awesome that we get the opportunity to honor her in such a special way in what she's done, not only just for the Wheaton women's basketball program, but just as a whole, Wheaton's athletic program overall. She's a great inspiration to so many behind her, and it's great that we get to kind of continue her legacy throughout this tournament.
And Coach Schauer, who is the head men's basketball coach as well as the athletic director, talked about Coach Baker being such an influential mentor. Coach Schauer has known her since he was 18 years old, which shows you how far they go back. But I had the opportunity to talk with Coach Baker, really nice individual. She means a lot for this Wheaton program.
Absolutely, and even on top of that, there's so many spiritual leaders, so many great mentors, so many great coaches, not just in basketball, but across our entire athletics program over the years that have really influenced a lot of players' lives.
Ella Anderson spilling hard to the floor. Should be Wheaton possession after a bit of sloppy play by both teams.
Just the outlet pass, just a little bit too high. Then Ella Anderson lost her footing a little bit.
Trumbach full steam ahead. She finds for Warder for a moment. Wheaton team that has turned the ball over 17 times. Trumbach puts up the shot, but she's blocked. That was Grimsey who sent it back. Duckman, instant possession, greases the cylinder.
That's how you turn something, especially at the rim. A great block from Grimsley and then turning it into points really, really quickly on the other end.
It's Lauren Ham off the mark on the 3.
It's a quick transition shot. Even though it was an open look, that's what Simpson wants. They want quick shots, even if they're uncontested, and not allow Wheaton to get set up.
Wheaton 3 of 15 from beyond the arc. And another miscue that should be an over and back.
Talked about it at the top of the broadcast, but this is early basketball. It's really hard to kind of emulate game reps and what it feels like when the bullets are flying, when you're just in practice or you're just in open gyms during the summer. This is Simpson's second game of the year, but they've taken care of the ball better than Wheaton has today, but both of these teams still trying to figure out how to take care of the basketball effectively.
Brogan for 3, rings out. She almost got her own rebound, said Forwarda has it. Oliver muscles, can't get it to go. Forwarda, the offensive rebound. Lauren Ham launches, leaves it short.
A good possession from Wheaton's offense, just unable to get it to go after multiple chances, as there's a great play from Trumbach again, batting that one out of bounds as she was fronting the post.
Yeah, Simpson trying to go with the entry pass to Taylor Hansen. 5'11" sophomore, brings a lot of size to this team. She's listed as both a guard and a forward. So basically some possessionless basketball. Under 3 minutes to go. Gaskill guarded by Ham. Stops on the dime. She'll put up the floater, and she does not have enough sauce on that.
Yeah, the positions are just constantly changing in the game of basketball, aren't they? Used to be a point guard, shooting guard, There's a three, Petra Trumbach. But now it's just guards and forwards and centers right now.
And then point forwards as well. Nikola Jokic, a prime example.
It's true.
Giannis Antetokounmpo can also be considered in that category. Has really improved on his passing over his years. That was Doran Pop who had the ball.
That's a good defensive rotation. We saw earlier in the game where Wheaton was fronting the post, and then Simpson threw the ball over top of that front and nobody was home. But on that possession, the help side was more than there, and no easy points were allotted. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Street. Another entry pass to Doran Pop. And she's able to grease the cylinder.
Yeah, well, one of the things that Simpson has been able to do so effectively, or why they've been able to be so effective in the pick and roll today, is because off that screen, Wheaton has not applied any pressure. There hasn't been an aggressive switch. They haven't blitzed the screen. And so the person coming off of the screen has been able to just make whatever play that they want.
7 points for Doran Pop. Here's Lauren Ham, line to three, and laces the three-pointer.
Off the offensive rebound, looked like they should have gotten a shot away and in earlier in the possession, but they get 3 points out of that last one.
And speaking of defensive rotations, Doran Pop taking advantage of the fact that Wheaton constantly stressed out, having to defend two. That's a three by Hansen. Doesn't even touch the rim.
Yeah, going back to what you said on the defensive rotations, when there is a dribble drive and two people help, there's two people kind of in the same area to stop a drive, you've got what's called a scramble after that pass is allotted, and Wheaton wasn't able to do that, and then just a bad turnover on the inbounds, and they're lucky that they didn't give away any points.
DeVault was the original one who attended the shot for Simpson, as Brogan almost looked like dribbled it out of bounds.
Making a nice move at half court. Yeah, I don't know whose foot that went off of, but it's Wheaton basketball.
Forwarda just got stripped right there. They're going to call a reach and foul.
Looked like that was maybe a little all ball to me. Maybe the positioning was a little off there. They'll call a foul, and the play clock will reset to 20.
It was Leah Weaver. They're going to call it against her. Forwarda dicing, trying to go back to Lauren Ham. 9 on the shot clock, under 35 seconds to go. Oliver shake and bait. Now gets double teamed, and she's fouled.
That's a tough call. Kate Oliver driving down the baseline, just trying to muscle her way to the rim and get a shot away. Looked like Simpson was straight up, but some incidental contact sends her to the line.
And Xavier, how would you say the Storm have been when it comes to their defensive rotations?
Yeah, defensive rotations have been amazing. They've been there to answer the baseline drive. They've scrambled really, really well, but also because of their defensive structure, they haven't had to scramble a lot. That's one of the perks of running a matchup zone. It's really hard to do effectively, but once you can, it puts your defenders in the best position possible, as there's a carry and it'll turn the other way.
Yeah, they're going to call that against Carson Jack. 6.1 seconds to go. Wheaton down by 24.
Got to get a shot off quick here.
Ham steps back for three. Doesn't have enough mustard on that. 54-30, the Storm have a 24-point lead. We talked a lot about Coach Nemeth, the accomplishments that he has, close to 700 wins. Coach Madsen while he hasn't coached as long as Coach Nemeth, still a very impressive resume in his 16th season with Wheaton. 283 wins to 112 losses, 5-time regular season champs, the CCIW. He's taken his team to the NCAA tournament 7 times, last appearance coming in the 2019-20 season. 6-time CCIW Coach of the Year, last time coming in the 2019-20 season. He has the highest winning percentage in CCIW women's basketball history. He's also the fastest coach to reach 150 wins within the CCIW.
Yeah, he's been amazing for this Wheaton women's basketball program, has led them exceptionally well, and has really just challenged them to play at a high level and just to continue to try to build on top of each year. A lot of these girls, even though there's some new faces within the lineup, some returners from last year, Jenna Hunter, Lily Caddo, Kate Oliver, obviously. Petra Trumbach was in the rotation quite a bit last year, and Coach expects a lot out of them. And even though they haven't really played their absolute best today, Coach Madsen is someone who has really elevated the play of this Wheaton women's basketball program.
And I think there's a word to describe both teams. It's consistent for Coach Madsen and his teams. 16 out of the last 17 seasons, Wheaton has had a winning record. For Simpson, they've had 8 consecutive winning seasons. Last time with a losing record came in the 2016-17 with a 9-16 finish under Coach Neesmith.
Yeah. Talking about the winning records, as there's a, I don't know if, a kickball I believe was called there, but winning is hard to do. It really is, and to have winning seasons, especially in the CCIW and in the ARC, wins are not easy to come by, and both of these teams have been able to do it consistently over the past few years.
Both teams are projected to finish 4th in their respective conferences, which would put them in the conference tourney. For Simpson, they lost to Central in the first round of the ARC tournament. Wheaton defeated Elmhurst in what was an absolute classic in the quarterfinals, but lost to Carroll in the semifinals. That scoop shot, and I believe that is DeVault who put that one back in. She is at 15 points in this game. Ella Anderson, oh my goodness, collision to the floor.
We got some contact here over at the announcer's table. My goodness.
Xavier, that is the first time someone has actually collided that hard onto the table. I've had people who have gone down near the table, under the table, but not literally right to us.
Yeah, I mean, Maddox DeVault was in my face. Crisis averted. Looks like we've still got everything hooked up and nothing broken. Your computer's all right. My iPad has no scuffs on it, so we're good.
10 on the shot clock for Kate Oliver. Koska a 3. Touches the rim, and Petra Trumbach gets the offensive rebound, scoops it back in. Anderson in the post, and the find in the finish. I believe that is Lily Duckman.
Yeah, as we go back to the defensive rotations on that pass, on the entry pass into the post, that ball cannot get to the post player's hands. The help defense has to be there to deflect that or to intercept it. Late rotation cost him 2 points.
Oliver finds some space on that one. Just a correction, it was Grimsey who took that shot, not Duckman. As Simpson responding right back with Ella Anderson. She now ties her career high with 18 points when she had it against Lawrence last season.
Yeah, and all she's been doing is running the floor, and Wheaton has not been able to cover her at all.
Hunter with her own mid-range J. As her first field goal, she has 5 rebounds to go along with her performance.
Yeah, Wheaton finding some success down in the short corner. Kate Oliver with the pull-up J, and then Jenna Hunter with the spot-up shot. On the last 2 possessions is a foul called on the drive. It just looked like Petra Trumbach got her hands in there. Actually, Lily Caddo swiped that ball away. Not sure who the foul was called on. I believe it was Caddo. .12 to shoot for Hanson. She was guarded by Oliver.
DeVault lost the ball.
It's great defense from Petra Trumbach. It's been one of the very few times where they've been able to keep Maddox DeVault at bay today.
Storm +8 in the turnover margin. They have forced 19 takeaways. Hunter in the high post. Cato mid-range jumper. Springs out. Ava Levings, who played in a minute, only 1 minute against Alma, is in the ball game.
Even though it was a missed layup on that last one, great backdoor cut. Just banged off the back iron.
Got a foul against the Storm. I think they'll recall against DeVault.
Yeah, DeVault had her arm in there. Don't know if we'll get the replay, but as Petra Trumbach was actually ripping the ball away, she just kind of tangled up DeVault, and she was called for a foul. DeVault doesn't like the call. That's what it'll be, and it's Wheaton basketball.
Koska lines a three, off the mark. Trumbach almost got the rebound. Instead, DeVault scoops it up. Nothing but green grass, and she'll easily score two. That's 17 points for Maddox DeVault. As we said at the top of the broadcast, had a career high 22 points against Alma, making her second career start. Hunter almost touched the top of the shot clock.
Great hustle by Cato right there, getting that jump ball. It will stay Simpson ball, but off the shot, another open shot in the corner, or in the short corner rather, for Wheaton. But Lily Cato, a player who is defensive minded but can also get it done offensively. Always looking for a steal, always looking for a deflection. It's a good defensive play right there, even though they don't get the ball.
For these two teams, this is the fourth time that they have met. Simpson has won and defeated Wheaton on every single matchup.
It's a good drive from Taylor Hansen. She has played well today. So many fronts. You see her get the ball right around the free throw line and just attack where there's space and draw the foul as she goes up. The foul from Jenna Hunter, excuse me.
She leads the team, 4 steals for the Storm. Last time these two teams played was in the 2012-2013 season when Simpson won 74-52. The first time these two teams played, you got to go back to March 3rd, 2007. In the second round of the NCAA tournament, Storm won that one 81-58. For the Thunder, they've also won 6 consecutive games in the Beth Baker Classic. The Storm trying to snap that winning streak. As we got a blocking foul delivered by Maddox DeVault.
Another good, really good defensive rotation. Lauren Ham trying to go back into the inside. Maddox DeVault actually did a good job of sliding her feet, just didn't get her feet set. And that's what made it a blocking foul instead of a charge going back the other way.
Seven on the shot clock for Cato, picked up by Duckman. Oliver hounded, puts up the shot, bangs it home. She's at 13 points.
It was one of their better possessions, just moving a little bit more in the first half. They weren't moving as much, pretty stagnant. Good drive that time, and then Lydia Brogan trying to work down low on the post on Taylor Hansen, who has the size advantage. Just too much contact trying to get in front of her.
Duckman, too strong on the shot. Simpson, 27 of 56 at 48%. They shot 46% from the field last year, which is 7th in all of Division III. Ham hits the triple.
Yeah, and those are the type of shots that you have to knock down. Fortunately, Wheaton just hasn't had enough of that to kind of keep this a closer game than 20 points so far after the second quarter.
Ava Levings of Simpson missing that last shot. Caddo, she'll settle for a 2-pointer off the mark. Duckman with an easy assist to Taylor Hansen.
The Storm have had that baseline drive pretty much all night, and Wheaton kind of overcommitting to that, and the easy dump off was there for 2 points.
Under 4 minutes to play, Kate Oliver splashes another mid-range jumper.
Yeah, as the game has gone on, there's been more of those pull-up jumpers. Even though Wheaton hasn't really shot exceptionally well from the three, Simpson running them off of the three-point line, but not picking them up in the mid-range. Can kind of chip away at it if they can continue to find those little crevices for those shots down near the wing, down near the short corner.
Got ourselves an immediate timeout, 3:41 to go, 66-43. The Storm are up by 23 points. Nick Xavier, these two teams are involved in an in-season tournament. What's sort of the benefit and the value of playing in these tournaments?
Well, one, it kind of teaches you to kind of be on your feet. You don't have a lot of time to game plan these teams that are coming in. Actually, the two games determined who would play today at which times, and so you've just got to lean into your system and what you do best and kind of just find chemistry. This is out-of-conference games, and obviously you want to win these, but you want to put in different roster combinations, see who plays well, give people the hot hand, give people an opportunity to get into the game and create more minutes for themselves, so that when you get into January and into February, into your conference schedule, you can have a better idea of who can go at which time in terms of playing time and just all of those different things. But yeah, I think out of anything, it just teaches you, yes, obviously you've got to go over the screen on this person. There's obviously game planning that goes into every single game, but when you're playing teams like this who you don't really have film on, Simpson played their first game yesterday, so Wheaton probably maybe had that one game, and if they didn't, they just had to come out and say, look, we've got to play our brand of basketball on both ends of the floor, and today Simpson has been doing a much better job of that.
Got a foul against, I was going to say Petra Trombach, but someone fouled her instead. But if Simpson can hang on, they'll be the first official champions. As before, during the Beth Baker Classic, it's been more of a tournament style. I want to say round robin. It's not exactly round robin because you don't play all three opponents. Ball on the ground again. Got another stoppage of play. It's going to be a foul going against Simpson.
Looked like a kick ball is what that was.
Yes. Brogan, unable to hit. Kira McCormick, who I thought got the rebound. Now another jump ball this time. Wheaton going to retain possession. But yeah, before the start of the season, all four teams who participated in the Beth Baker Classic knew who their two opponents were going to be. This is the first time in a really long time that we resumed to a tournament format, a 4-team bracket where you're guaranteed 2 games, just not guaranteed if you're going to play the championship game or the consolation.
Kind of resemblant of some AAU basketball. I'm sure a lot of these ladies have played that over the years through middle school and high school. It's just really fun to be able to go out and just play.
McCormick using her size, gets her own miss as Kate Oliver plucks the loose miss instead.
Yeah, McCormick at 6'2", she's by far the tallest girl on the floor right now, really on both teams.
Freshman out of Harpers Ferry, Iowa, only played in a minute against Alma in her first career action. As Wheaton for now opting to keep the starters on play, although they are subbing some of them out with Kate Oliver getting a seat on the bench. As we got a foul. Morgan Christian was the one who made contact.
Like there's the tip pass right there. And And it looked like Morgan Christian's hand was actually on the ball. Maybe we just couldn't see it from this angle. Some extra contact on the arm.
For Warda. Too much sauce. Ball being jostled for, and a foul called against Wheaton.
Yeah, it seemed like in the first half, both of these teams were allowed to play, and a little bit more of the hand checks and the reaches have been called throughout this game, or throughout the duration of this second half, rather. But we love to see some consistency, don't we? It's not just one side. It's not all over the place.
They go to McCormick, using her size, and she draws the foul.
Yeah, such an asset at 6'2". Even with really good positioning and good defense, Lydia Brogan can't really do anything about that. When the ball is up so high, only where McCormick can get it. And right now we'll see some subs to get some of the younger players in the program some minutes.
One sophomore and 4 freshmen are on the floor. Michaela Curtis is in. Clara Snavely is in. Emma Benitez. Chloe Koska stays in the game. As Simpson also reloading with their bench. Ava Levings, Kira McCormick, Mary Gaskell, Leah Waver. And Simpson also trying to check 2 more players in. Being Erica Rust. And somebody else, just can't see the number. Benitez, 6 on the shot clock. She's picked up by Levings. Here's a 3 attempt, and it's buried. Lauren Geyer hits the tray.
It's a great shot, the moon ball. That one could have touched the rafters if it was up a few more feet. She gets it to go. Great shot on that great look.
Hanson, that is just too mean. A complete mismatch in the paint.
Yeah, great execution offensively on the back cut, on the back screen.
Christensen finds McCormick. She'll easily score. As we got another stoppage of play, 72-46. And indeed, it will be a timeout. Simpson going to come away with the victory. I'm assuming there's going to be an MVP award just like we've had for the last couple of Beth Baker Classics. Going based off what we've seen so far, as well as the last game, last night, who would you say deserves the MVP award?
It's a tough one. I think Maddox DeVault has played really, really well. She's scored. She's got some assists. She's been all over the ball. But I think Ella Anderson has been playing exceptionally well. She's had a great day. She's done what the team has asked her to do. So I think it's between those 2 players.
Yeah, DeVault, last time 22 points against Alma, 17 points here. Ella Anderson had 14 points against Alma, leading scorer in this game. I agree, it's going to be ultimately tough to determine who's going to get that ultimate tournament MVP award. As for Simpson, after this game, they'll have a home contest against UW Eau Claire on November 22nd, and then 2 straight road games, UW Platteville on November 29th and St. Mary's on November 30th. Meanwhile, for Wheaton, they'll be at Ripon on November 18th, and then be at number 3, UW Oshkosh on November 22nd before returning home against Dubuque, which will be on Tuesday before Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, Wheaton playing some tough teams. Played John Carroll 2 games ago, and then kind of visit Oshkosh. Playing some good competition.
Not only that, but they have 10th-ranked Illinois Wesleyan twice. And we know how good that team is and how hungry that team is. They were bowed out by Oshkosh in the Sweet 16 in Bloomington.
Yeah, Illinois Wesleyan's program has been fantastic, both men's and women's over the years. They've got another great team coming in. They're the favorites up there with Carroll.
Illinois Wesleyan just graduated all-time leading scorer Lauren Huber, but still have a top 10 preseason ranking. They got 6 of the first place votes. Carroll got the other 3. So Seaside W a little bit more wide open this year than the last couple of years. As that was Erica Rush, the sophomore out of Iowa, who just put that one back in. Meanwhile, out of the ARC, Co is the favorites. Wartburg does have the other first place vote in second place. Then it's Luther, then it's Simpson at the 4th spot. Well, the last time Simpson won the ARC tournament and made the NCAA tournament, gotta go back to the 2021-22 season. Looking to make a run right here. They're gonna start 2-0.
They've played exceptionally well as this clock will wind down.
Weaver steps back for 3, ends up being blocked by Lauren Geyer. That will do it. The Simpson Storm are your 2025 Beth Baker Classic champions. Xavier, final thoughts on this ball game?
Yeah, Simpson with 50 points in the paint. That's about all that you should be able to know compared to Wheaton's 8. Wheaton turned the ball over way too much for them to be competitive in this game. Didn't hit enough shots. Simpson played their game. They played really, really fast, turned Wheaton over, turned that into points. They were able to come out with a big victory today to conclude the Beth Baker Classic.
As we said, Simpson will be playing against UW-Eau Claire back in Iowa on November 22nd, and then Wheaton will be on the road against Ripon on November 18th. Alongside Xavier Jones, I'm Aiden Kong, signing off on the CCIW Network.
Legendary women's basketball coach, an Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Famer for whom this tournament is named. At this time, Coach Baker will present our awards to the members of the all-tournament team. First from Alma, number 11, Cadence Kaminsky, already has her award. Also from Lake Forest, number 22, Ariana Ferreira Toralba already has hers. Also from Simpson, number 42, Ella Anderson. And from Wheaton, number 24, Kate Oliver. And the recipient of this year's MVP award goes to number 10, Maddox DeVault of Simpson. Congratulations, ladies. Good luck the rest of the way.